Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the 2023 Rogue Invitational Tailgate Show. I'm Pat Sherwood. Of course, we're at the Dell Diamond Stadium in Round Rock, Texas. It's day 2 for the CrossFit competition. We are about to watch event number 2 go down, seated at the bar. But I'll tell you what, joined by some CrossFit royalty here at the desk. The honor is all mine. I guess going from my left down the desk, I got Josh Bridges, 6-time Games athlete, intimately involved in the programming here for the competition. Justin Medeiros, 2-time fittest man on earth, and has won this competition twice as well. And then all the way down there, Matt Fraser, 5-time CrossFit Games champion, and has also won the Rogue Invitational. So, gentlemen, welcome aboard, man.
Sweet.
Thank you.
Thanks
Good
for having
to be
us.
here.
So, Josh, you were intimately involved in actually programming this thing. So, for anyone who's not familiar with it, seat at the bar.
Yes.
We've got the men are going to be up first, and so for the men, they're going to do some muscle-ups on some logs, 20, 15, 10. Then after each set of those muscle-ups, they've got 5 back squats at a load of 375 pounds.
A measly 375.
Dude, I mean, come on. It's like one of those things like, were you angry when you programmed it? Like, what happened? You know, what's the deal?
You know, I think we're really trying to set a precedent here where in every other CrossFit competition, you see deadlifts, you see cleans, you see Olympic weightlifting, but you hardly ever see back squatting in competition. And so me, Spieler, and Katie, I think we're trying to set a precedent. Like, hey, don't neglect your back squat.
Did you test this one?
Yeah, of course.
Did you go below parallel?
You know, that's in the
On the left side.
Yeah. Left side, I went plenty below. All right. This weight's heavy enough to get me below parallel every time.
It would just plant me
Yes.
down into the earth.
Yeah.
You know, you guys have been here. You've won this thing. You look at it, you know, as an observer, not competing. Does this one put a smile on your face, or what do you see?
I definitely love workouts like this. A good mix of gymnastics, and there's like a unique element to it. But then I love the heavy weights coming up for the back squat.
Justin, let's circle to you in 1 second. We get a
With
report from Kiki
Donikoski
here.
last night, and he was able to get a preliminary check on his ankle. It doesn't look like there's any breaks that have happened, but with the events that were released, he knew that it would further aggravate the injury, and it was best to go ahead and pull himself from the competition, even though it's a difficult decision. The good news is he's going to stick around, hang out with the fans, cheer on his fellow competitors, and he wanted me to say thank you to everyone for their support.
Man, that's a total bummer. I've never seen Koski complain about absolutely anything on the face of the earth.
Yeah, that's a big bummer. You know, I actually had him winning a couple events too in my head. He's always a great competitor. He's been around since 14, crushing it. So that's always crappy to see.
So Justin, you're not here throwing down. You open the door to somebody else. You know, are you willing to give us a? Do you have your eye on somebody that might occupy the top spot?
I don't know. I mean, nothing super specific. I think someone like Noah in this workout could do really well. I think the gymnastics are still going to be a huge part in this. I mean, the squats are no joke. Like, don't get anybody wrong, but I think 5 reps is pretty manageable for everybody. Everyone's going to be going unbroken. 5 squats, no problem, and it's going to be kind of come down to who can manage this bar the best. And like last year, it was like the first time we saw it, so like everyone kind of had to like adapt on the fly. And it's not like people have the bar at their house that they're practicing with, but at least it's not like a brand new implement. So hopefully people kind of have a better idea about what's going to be going on.
That was going to be my question, because I'm a normal human. You guys aren't normal humans. So when you see that loading, you know, 375 for 5 reps, that's yeah, of course, when you touch it, you're just going to go 5. That's a, you have to if you want to place high on the leaderboard.
I think
For sure.
Yeah,
For
I
these
think,
guys, yeah.
Yeah, with 375, I think that's without a question unbroken speed reps the whole way through.
And I think that what we were thinking when we were doing this, right, is we wanted to. We're hoping that the guy who might not be the strongest has a little bit of advantage on the muscle ups, and we tried to hit the right number, right, to where that if they could get through the muscle ups fast and their back squat was maybe a little slower, that you'd see a little back and forth, you know. And I think we tried to get the numbers and the weight right, and I hope we did.
So if the back squats have to be unbroken, are you expecting that on the muscle ups?
Not 100% on the muscle ups does it have to be, but it has to be short breaks. And I think that you're going to see some of the bigger, or the people who win this, go maybe like 1 break twice.
I see, okay. And after yesterday's event number 1, that Texas Heavy, Do you think they're feeling that right now, or it's
I'm
just
so-
one event, the
I'm-
crowd's firing up, and
I'm so excited to see the downstream effect of yesterday's workout. Like, I'm so
It's
excited.
definitely going to be an effect, man. Like
Yeah.
that 100-pound ruck is no joke,
Yes.
especially for a mile. And you're going to kind of see everyone like in their legs now. I mean, that 375 probably going to feel closer to 405 today.
I was relieved when I saw that it was the bag, because I just saw the 100-pound ruck, 80-pound ruck, and I'm like, oh, that's going to be damage. And then you see the bag, and it's like, okay, you can shift that around, you can hang on to it pretty solid.
I was happy to see no one dropped it. Like, no, I thought you might see someone put the bag down for the sandbag down for a second. I was stoked to see that didn't happen.
did you expect them to run with the 100?
Yes, I did. I used to play with heavy rucking a lot because I knew that Dave Castro was going to come with it at some point, and so I knew that what some people were capable of probably doing. Tia especially.
Yeah. And was there an evolution of this event, or did it kind of, right off the bat, you knew you wanted the gymnastics, you knew you wanted the heavy back squat, or was there multiple iterations until you finally landed on what we see here?
We talked about some different weights and numbers. The movements were the same. The log muscle up back squat, we kind of had that idea of those two movements together, and then we just had to play with the right numbers. It was like 21-15-9 for a little bit, and then the weights were 405 and like, what would that be, 275 I think for the women. And so we're like, no, after that 100-pound ruck, we might want to drop this down so that everyone can finish and that they can move the bar a little. We know that they're going to probably go unbroken with it. So it was
So basically, to all the athletes out there in social media land, there's sleuthing that occurs on the numbers that you're lifting, and people are crunching like, where's the razor's edge that we can ride right here?
What are we trying to do? We're trying to display what these athletes are capable of, right? And I think that's the coolest part about Rogue, where it is a test, but it's also like we want to show you what these dudes are capable of.
Let's go for Matt and Justin. If you guys were doing this event in the warm-up area, how close are you getting to 375 before you come out here?
Oh, I would squat up probably to 405 for a single.
You go a little heavier.
Yeah, probably hit, a set of 3 at the working weight, and then maybe 1 rep a little bit higher before you go out, and then maintain with 135 or 225. But the bar muscle ups, be a little bit conservative in the beginning, in that the first 2 really big sets, just like Josh said, probably 1 break in each of the first 2 sets, and then transition with intention. I don't know if you're running on this and then scooping under that bar and going, but transition with intention, and then just kind of fast reps, pause as you need.
And where do you squat, Justin, in the lead up?
Yeah, no, I mean, I think just doing like quite a bit of warm-up sets leading into it, and making sure that you get that feeling of like that 375 like squat, but at the same time, like the workout's still won on that bar, so spending a lot of the time just trying to get that stuff right.
Which bar?
Yeah. Which bar? True. The bigger one.
No, I think that a lot of these guys probably worked up to like what you just said, like over 400 for sure, to make that weight feel light. Anytime I squat, and even when I'm programming, it's always like work up to a heavy really quick, and then you come back down to that working weight. Always.
What time were you thinking that people are going to finish this thing in?
We were,
Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yes.
Got it.
We've got a cap of, a 9-minute cap?
Yeah, we had a 9-minute cap, so in our head, I think it was like 7. It's like 7, which I think Ricky's about to go almost sub 6.
Yep.
That's pretty.
Got 1 rep left.
That's pretty ridiculous.
Yeah. So Matt, you're watching this now. Not only nobody likes to see that.
Nobody.
He probably didn't stand up all the way.
I was saying, yeah, I bet he
dropped it into the rack.
I bet he walked into the racks not fully locked out.
Hopefully that doesn't come up in the next heat.
Yeah.
Hey, nothing like getting 6. When you can get 5, you can get 6. Everyone knows that.
You guys know better than I do that 15 seconds could be 10 places on the
Especially when
leaderboard.
When you're in the first heat,
yeah,
you're just giving away points.
Yeah. Yep. Not good, Rick.
I mean, very good score.
No, yeah. Yeah.
And Ricky will join us in a little bit here, but Matt, you're watching this now not only as a fan, but also as a coach. What's that transition been like from you know, one of the best in the game to now being on the coaching side of the house?
Well, you know, it's been super fun. You know, obviously it comes with its challenges, like any new territory. But you know, just breaking down the athletes individually, and you know, looking at it from the other lens of like, all right, let's make sure every training session is better than the last. All right, Victor coming in just over 7.
He got a no rep too, and I didn't hear why.
Yeah.
There doesn't always have to be a reason, Josh. You know,
That's true.
you know, when you guys walk out, okay, so this event, you hear it. Like you said, you don't have this log most likely to do muscle-ups in your training regimen, et cetera, et cetera. You formulate based upon the billions of workouts that you've done, as similar as you can to replicating in your mind. You come up with a strategy. How rigid are you in sticking to this? Because, so for example, maybe you're like, all right, this is going to be an event where we got to run between stations, and then you see that no one else is running. Do you still run, or do you let your plan kind of change a bit?
For me, it comes down to what you just said before, the thousands of workouts you've done previously. And then, you know, there's sometimes where it's like if I'm going into a workout and I'm hesitant and I'm not 100% sure, and I see everyone walking, I'm like, okay, I'll walk with them for a little bit. Maybe it'll catch up and I'll run. But then there's other times where it's like, no, I know myself.
Yeah,
I can keep the throttle down.
Not me. I sprint and I break souls, right? I try to like get into their mind, right? Why is he running?
Winners win the first round.
That's right.
You know?
Everyone knows it because
Everybody.
Make the highlight reel one way or another.
nobody cares
Gotta
about
get your
round.
screen time, you
Nobody
know?
cares about round 2 or 3. It's
No.
round 1.
Exactly.
And are you going to do, you know, okay, heat 1 goes down. You're in heat 2. You know there's no heat after you. Are you generally playing the game of I'm going to go just as hard as I need to get the win? Or is there ever a time that you're like, I'm going to make a bit of a statement just to rattle somebody?
Gotta rattle people. I mean, if you're not trying to get into people's brains, you're not playing the whole game.
Never been in heat 1.
You retired. You retired too soon.
Is
pal.
there
You
another-
retired too soon.
There's another heat?
Yeah. I thought 4 was always it. I just thought they liked number 4.
Huh. That was good.
That was a
Sorry,
well
I
played.
had to say
Well
it. I don't say
played.
it.
Well
I don't
played.
mean that.
yeah.
But you gotta take the funnies when you can.
Someone
Oh,
said
yeah.
someone said you might have quit too early. You know?
Yeah.
Oh, that poor rep just got a face full of water off Ricky's head.
That was for that no rep.
Yep.
Man, he smashed that.
That looked good,
Yeah.
man. That looked really
Those
good.
muscle ups
yeah.
look smooth.
He broke his shoulder this past year, didn't
Yeah,
he?
like a mountain biking accident.
Yeah.
I don't know what the exact extent of the injury was, but I believe it was to the shoulder and it was mountain biking.
Yeah.
Which is why you should just live in the gym. Don't do anything outside the gym. Don't take up rollerblading or, you know,
Jiu-jitsu.
jiu-jitsu. Yeah.
jiu-jitsu.
Knife fighting, you know, things
Yeah.
like
Hey,
that.
race motorcycles on the weekend.
I love seeing the back squat over the
Yeah,
like,
man.
like it's just such a cool thing to put into workouts. I've always enjoyed them, and like you don't see them.
I think in
Yeah.
all my years of competing, I've had 2 competitions with back squat in them.
Oh,
like
really? That's it? Wow.
in-person competitions.
Sure. Boys looking thick.
Yeah, right? So far, did that play out how you thought it would, Josh?
It looks, yeah. I mean, just over. I mean, he should have probably been sub 6 if he would have got that last rep without the no rep call there.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean that's a phenomenal time. I'm excited to see what this next crew does.
You can let him know that
I'll
when
be
when he joins us.
I will. I'll be like, hey, you're.
You would have been faster without the no rep.
Yeah, just be better next time, pal.
So I know Adler has a crazy power clean. I'm trying to remember. Is his squat equivalent? Like he
let
has-
me tell you in 1 second.
No. His deadlift is very good.
His
Yeah.
back
But
squat.
his back squat's not bad.
Back squat's
by any means.
listed at 490.
Okay.
Eh,
Pretty good.
He's done.
No,
Get him in a heat 2, or get him in heat 1. I mean, Jesus.
no, I think Adler could do very well at this.
I mean,
sure.
I
The
think
back squat that heavy, and he's not one of like the big guys.
Right.
You know, good size frame. If he can keep moving on the muscle ups, I'll be excited to see.
his run yesterday. I was impressed.
I'm
very
I
impressed.
had what's his name? The guy who took second.
Yeah.
Coasty or Not
No,
Jonico's.
Yella?
Yella.
Yeah.
I had him winning it, and the
Yeah.
fact that Adler was up there, I was like, damn.
Somebody
paced
said
it
that
really,
his
really well.
his
Yeah.
last mile was sub 6 after doing the other
No
two.
kidding.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then he's going to back squat. That's almost 500.
Yeah.
No big deal.
No big deal.
Yellow Hosty, there he is, yeah. I think this might. Who else you got there? Chandler Smith might do well.
Oh, Chandler will do very well.
Oh my goodness.
Hopefully.
So, you know, Jess, we got to ask, why are we not seeing you down there competing? Why are you here with us knuckleheads at the desk?
Yeah, Jesus.
Yeah,
You're too
man.
young for this.
I know. I mean, yeah, I'm young. I want to be in the sport for a long time, not retire early like some people. Just had like a couple things that just kind of stuck around for a lot longer than I wanted, and I didn't want to bring them into another season. So I wanted to make sure I just kind of got everything right, and I actually feel like really good right now, which is like bittersweet because it's like, man, I mean, like maybe I could have competed, you know? But
Yeah,
it's,
you were waiting for that last minute invite.
Yeah, I know. I was waiting for that last minute, like, maybe Katie will message me, but no, it's all good. I mean, that was the goal this time is to be feeling good.
There's
feeling
an empty
good.
lane.
There's an empty lane. Come on, I
Right
could've
there.
fit
That's
right in.
that's Justin's.
That's my lane right there. So, but yeah, no, I mean, especially after like
Chicken
seeing-
wing season.
Uh-oh.
Hit him out,
That's
baby.
not good.
I mean, seeing these events and stuff, though, I mean, it's a really fun program weekend, and like Rogue always does such an awesome job of
Yeah.
like doing things different, which is always really fun. Seeing new implements, seeing new things. I mean, like this log muscle up, like you don't see that anywhere else.
So I just heard that we're not going to have Ricky be able to join us at the desk, but through some technical difficulties, but China will do an interview with him. But circling back to the not competing, and all
Ooh,
of you
no
can
rep.
probably weigh in on this. I've never been in your guys' shoes with somebody expecting the world from me of every performance and never having a bad day and all that. Do you guys utterly and completely disconnect from social media during the season? Are you unflappable and it doesn't bother you? I mean, how do you walk that rope?
I mean, I think you always like. Obviously, you try not to pay attention, but like you're gonna hear like the talk, and I think it's just about like how it feels. You know, like does it motivate you to prove them wrong, or are you just gonna like kind of curl down in the corner? So I
Yeah.
think it's nice kind of hearing like the haters and the doubters, because it's like all right, like just wait and see. You know, which is a really good feeling. I mean, revenge is. Like a really good motivator.
Yeah, the hate is good.
Yeah.
I bottle that shit up too, man. it's amazing. You can get a lot done with hate.
Oh, 100%.
Resentment is a hot burning fuel.
It is.
Yeah, what do you do, Matt? Do you read the comments or you don't read the comments?
Oh, he reads them. He reads them. Don't even lie. You read them.
It depended. It depended when and where I was at in season, how I was feeling, how my training was going. You know, sometimes there was the, stay quiet. I did have a folder on my phone for years of everything I found on social that I hated, and I screenshotted it.
Of course
and,
you
and
did.
every couple days when I wanted to get that fire burning.
Putting the lipstick on your lips and then like striping people's names off. People
have
to kill.
The smelling salts, you just
Yeah,
open the phone, you're like, okay.
Yep.
Oh, there he is. That Josh Bridges mother.
I remember a long time ago, I did a show, covering CrossFit. And, as an analyst, you're boring if you think you have to take a stand, right?
Yeah.
And then you're going to upset somebody when you take a stand. It's a terrible position to be in. And I obviously did something where you were competing, and I took a stand against you.
I'm sure you did.
And
I'm
I don't
sure
even
you did.
remember it.
Yeah.
And that night I'm at home, my phone buzzes Josh. I'm like, oh, Josh. And I didn't know what it was. And all I see is the text from Josh says, Roger that.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Yeah.
what is this in regards
Oh,
to?
I read them all, baby. I love the fuel. I
yeah.
needed the hate, and so
I love during competition texting the commentators.
yeah. I heard every last word you said there, Patty boy. Roger that.
Those who can't compete, talk about competing.
It's always fun. It's good that when you become friends with a commentator, so you can do that kind of
Yeah.
thing.
Yes, exactly.
You know?
Wow, Vellner's crushing
Yeah,
it.
I was just gonna
Oh,
say,
yeah.
I was watching that too. Vellner coming back, baby,
There we go.
It's great to see. 'cause
and he's a deadlifter. He's not a squatter.
Well, he's
Yeah.
dealing with like some really bad hip bursitis right now. To see him crushing through this,
Oh,
it's
that's
awesome.
great.
Oh, it's good.
He looks
He
like
always has that slow finish and then kind of just builds his way back. It
Yeah,
doesn't
he was,
really matter
he
with
was
that.
13th on event number 1. He always likes to make it challenging.
Oh, 100%.
33, baby. Still looking good.
Could be you, you know? Could be you.
Yeah. That's right.
I'm good.
Someone only likes gold medals, huh?
Let's go, Pat.
There it
Last
is.
set. Let's go.
There we go. Come on, Chandler, get up there. Don't let that Canadian win. Be an American.
Chandler's raw strength.
Dude,
Like,
he's
they
just
should write a book about it.
horsepower.
It's insane.
It is wild.
Watching him do the log last year was just absolutely insane.
And he doesn't even move like that gracefully. It's so just
That
like
gracefully.
Not by a long
Not
shot.
by.
yeah. I was trying to be nice.
Penny.
Yeah, I was letting you guys come in and like talk shit.
It has gotten better though,
Yeah.
surprisingly.
When
Yeah.
he lifted, was it the log, whatever his heaviest log was last year, I was talking to somebody else who wasn't in the world of CrossFit. They were like either one of the strongmen, they go like, well, I saw that one guy lift the log and he had like 3 points of what I would consider a catastrophic failure. They're like, but he finished it somehow. I was like, yes, that was Chandler Smith.
Yes, yeah. When he did the clean and jerk for the Invitational online.
That's what I was talking
Oh
about. I was like,
my-
it's gotten better
I-
since that.
I watched
it was
that
insane.
and I was like, how something didn't break,
Yeah.
or like
Yeah.
3 things didn't break on his body was impressive.
he
His
was
bone
cleaning it, and
density
it wasn't
doubled it like
even-
after that. Like,
Yes.
It wasn't even like touching his chest, just like sitting on his collarbones. I was like, man. To be that brute strength guy,
Yeah.
that has to feel good.
It
Is he
does.
a wrestler too?
It's like a rhino.
Yeah.
Imagine having that power and being a wrestler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine walking out on the mat and him grabbing your wrist.
Yeah.
Boom.
Nah.
All right, Velder,
All
last
right,
set.
Pat, do what
There
you
it
got to do.
Here we go, Patty boy.
Oh, we got Ricky live here
Yeah.
joining us. Ricky, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hey man, we've got the creator of that, Josh Bridges, here with us.
How'd you like it?
Hey, how's it done?
How'd it taste?
Oh man, it was awesome.
Good.
I fucking love that workout.
Ricky, I don't know if you can see us. We also got Matt Fraser and Justin Medeiros here as well.
Oh yeah, hey boys.
What's up?
Man, what
Just
did that
checking
one
the
actually
time. I think
feel
I
like?
got it done.
Yeah, you got it done, big man.
Easy.
You crushed that
Easy
sucker.
work.
How are you? Hey, Ricky, how's the shoulder feeling?
Man, it's unreal. It's 100%. I got no pain, no restriction. Man,
Oh,
it's like,
great.
if not better than it was before.
That's great to hear, man.
So yeah, stoked with that.
And
I
that
was-
was mountain bike crash, right?
Yeah, mountain bike crash. Just trying to go too hard. Trying to have too much fun. So bit me in the ass.
How did the back squat feel after the rock and run yesterday?
Yeah, a little heavy. A little heavy. The legs are little tender.
Little more than 375. I mean, you didn't make it look heavier than 375. but
Yeah, I've been working hard on my back squat, so
Good.
this time last year that would have still been hard for me, but I was confident out there today that I could rep it out confidently.
You look good out there, man. You
Yeah,
look
no,
good.
thanks.
Awesome. Those heat 1 times are going to hold up decently well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes, look
you guys
at
were
that.
fast.
There's a decent amount of group that finished right
Man,
at that
I'll-
7-minute mark.
I was worried that little mistake at the end, not standing up the back squat, was going to cost me, but
We were gonna give
Yeah.
you some shit, but it still
yeah,
held out. So
I
you're
was
all
stressing.
right.
I was trying to appeal it. I was like, man, this could be the difference. I'm going to do whatever it takes to maybe appeal it and get something back. But
So
Didn't
Ricky,
need
going into the next event, you got some heavy overhead, and you're feeling like that's going to be, no worries post mountain bike crash.
yeah, I think everyone seems a little worried that I'm not going to be able to do the dumbbell because of my shoulder, but yeah, I got no issues or no worries at all for that.
Well, Ricky, we appreciate you, man. We're happy that you're healthy. You're fun to watch because I tell you what, I mean, I've watched a lot of CrossFit and some athletes kind of roll the dice, take some chances, and make things interesting, and you're one of them. So
Yeah.
get out there and make it happen, my friend.
Yeah, no, awesome.
Yeah,
Appreciate
good luck
appreciate
out
you
there,
having me
brother.
back.
Good luck.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, that was impressive that his time still held up from that first heat.
I think he had a good cushion, too.
Yeah, he did by a lot.
Yeah.
He should have been sub 6.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think that the guy that got second, and I remember there's 3 or 4 guys that all crossed at that 7-minute
Yeah,
mark. So
right.
there's, I don't think, but looking at the times, there's only 2 of them that got under sub 7. So
Yeah.
Adler and Roman having a little chat, mending fences, bringing the world together.
hey, they're smiling.
Yeah.
I like it when there's drama, so let's knock that shit off.
Yeah.
Yeah, as long as the drama doesn't include me, I love it.
Yeah, right. Dallin? Uh-oh.
Fikowski was at the very end there.
Oh,
Almost got
they
it.
were capped. Okay. Damn.
Wow, Dallin. Yeah, that's
Dallin,
kind of
yeah,
surprising.
That's surprising. He's too young.
Yeah.
He's too young to not be finishing these workouts, man. I'm not liking this. That was yesterday. He didn't. I thought he would do better in that run as well.
Dallin's got a listed back squat of 4 1/4.
Okay, that makes sense.
That explains it.
Yeah.
Yep,
Okay.
That'll do it.
All right, big man.
Yeah, 375. That's going to be
And he's,
challenging.
like,
All right,
he's a big guy, too. I mean,
That's
like,
surprising
hanging
that-
on that bar. And I bet you his squat's probably more than that. I mean, I don't know where those are updated
Right,
on.
sure.
I bet you if you look mine up, it's probably from when I was competing against this guy at regionals. You know?
Oh my gosh, what a good time. My favorite story of Justin is he shows up in the back and we're doing the 3-mile run or 3K row, 300 double unders, 3-mile
Was
run.
that 2018?
16.
17.
Was it
17.
17.
Yeah.
So 17. And Justin walks back there and Metcons. And I look down at his feet and I go, "You're going to run 3 miles in Metcons?" He goes, "That's all I got, bro." And I'm like, I fucking like this guy.
Oh, shoot. Yeah, no, that was awesome.
Yeah, that was a good time, man. And you were putting out, man. I remember that video, like, showing back up and, like, Justin.
We got Kiki down there right now with Ricky.
Repeat. How does that experience play into a repeat event like that?
Yeah, last year I had a pretty rough time here at the Rogue Invitational, so this year was a bit of a redemption story for me. I've been working on a lot of things that brought me down last year, one of them being the heavy back squat. So I'm stoked to come out here and win that event, and couldn't be any more happy. I'm going to keep fighting.
This was your first event run at a Rogue Invitational. What's that like?
Yeah, it's awesome. I mean, it's early days. It's only Friday, so it doesn't mean much, but 100 points is 100 points. So I'm going to keep coming out here and fighting for that 100 points, so bring it on.
Thanks so much and congratulations.
Thank you. Thanks, guys.
Everything's better with an accent, right? I mean, period, end of story. So we're going to be wrapping up event number 1 here. You know, women coming up soon, but gentlemen, 100% appreciate you being here. Some quick, just closing thoughts. 2 events down. Matt, you know, what's going through your head right now?
I'm excited to see how this shakes out. You know, the events, there's a lot of really good tests, longer tests, heavier barbells, a couple unique movements. So I'm really excited to see how it plays out, especially going into the start of day 4, see what that volume does.
Justin?
Yeah, no, same thing. I mean, like I said, looking at the weekend, there's some really, really fun events. And I think a lot of the events kind of, like Josh was saying about, like, this last workout, I mean, a good balance of gymnastics and heavy and kind of giving everybody a chance. So I think you're going to see a lot of good races the rest of the weekend.
And Josh, we know you're going to be coming back. You know, you and Chris will be chatting, kind of programming through the entire course of the Rogue Invitational. But 2 events down, you had a hand in making it happen. What do you see?
I'm seeing things of beauty. I'm seeing these.
Perfection.
Yeah, I'm seeing like exactly so far what we wanted to see, and just displaying these athletes' true abilities, and like it is just so damn impressive to watch. Year after year, the farther I get away from the competition, it's still just mind-blowing.
You still get to bring pain to the athletes. And
Exactly, and
so
they deserve it all.
It's the gift that keeps on giving. So
Every one of them deserves it.
we've got a whole lot more coming up here from the Tailgate Show. More guests, more competition. That closes it down for event number 2 for the men, but the women are up very soon.
Sweet.
It's event number 2 for the women about to kick off. It's seat at the bar. It's day 2 for the CrossFit competition. They had event number 1 yesterday, Texas Heavy, and we've got just a host of fit, strong, well-versed CrossFit athletes here at the desk with me. We got Miranda Alvarez all the way down at the end, former Games athlete herself, owner of Street Parking. We got 2-time champ and Annie Thorsdottir and Katrin as well. Thanks for being here. This is going to be a blast.
I'm very excited to be here.
Is it, you know, how is it looking at this as a, you know, Andy, you would have almost been down there competing.
I know. It's actually, like I was telling Kat yesterday, it was so fun to watch them compete, but at the same time so hard. Because I'm like, I feel like I should be lining up there, and I'm getting like butterflies, and when I get stressed, I get like sweaty palms, and I'm like, I'm getting sweaty palms. It's like I'm about to go. So it's different, but that's when I asked her if we could just take the floor for Legends event so I could get to go on the floor. So we're doing that right after this.
Oh, so you'll be doing the Legends. That's fantastic. That's cool.
Not all of them, but we are going to be joining the next workout.
That's awesome.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's fantastic. That's cool.
We have to be on the floor. I think both of us, it's our favorite place to be. Like, even just being here and seeing it. Like, we're standing in the stands yesterday when the first workout was going on, just wishing that we had those rucks on our back and we were running.
I mean, I lost that
Better
a long
you-
time
yeah,
ago.
better you-
I was like, thank goodness nobody's watching me try to be fit anymore.
This, now, me, as a regular human, you three are not regular humans, I look at this, whether it's the men's or women's loading, it seems preposterous to me. So for anyone who's unfamiliar with this, watching from home, the women are going to do some muscle ups on that thick log-looking bar there, and the reps are 15, 10, 5. And then after each set of those muscle-ups, they have 5 back squats at 260 pounds.
It's a heavy bar.
Thank you. Okay, I
Yeah,
thought it was-
okay.
I thought it
I
was
thought
2.
the same thing, but sometimes I forget.
But
what these
even
guys
if
are
you look
capable
at
of.
this, obviously for some of the girls and some of the boys, it's gonna be just like a no-brainer. You jog to it, get the belt on. But for most people, it's going to be like they're walking there, they're setting the belt, they're like catching the breath and making sure that they're ready to go. And both of us are like, we don't love squatting. So when we saw that workout, we were actually talking on the way over here, like, Kat's like, who do you think would take this workout, me or you?
Yeah, there you go. And if you were down there, do you think is it a quick walk to the bar, belt up 5 every time, or is that loading a bit troublesome for that?
So my goal would be to go at least the first 2-3 sets. I would try to go for unbroken. Adrenaline.
It's only 3 sets, Annie.
Oh, it's just 3. I thought it was
Don't
4
make
sets.
it more than it is. It's just 3
3
rounds.
In round 7.
It's a 30-minute AMRAP.
Annie's still going. She can't
I would
stop.
just continue. No, then I would say for at least the first 2 rounds, I would try to go for unbroken.
Okay.
Because you get a longer break on the bar muscle ups. But if you're running smoothly through the bar muscle ups, you only get a rest for 5 bar muscle ups for the last set. So there's you only have 1 set left. So it's just take the chance if you feel like you can take the chance. So that would probably depend on how the girls are looking next to me,
Yeah.
who I would be able to take on the floor. If someone is starting to fail and I feel like I might fail, put it in, quick break, get it out, and go and finish.
Pat, how are the guys doing it? I didn't get to see the guys going.
I mean, the overwhelming majority were doing 5s. I mean,
Yeah.
every time. But I think they were very strategic about the pace at which they would walk to the bar. They wanted to be ready by the time that
Yeah.
they got there.
What about the
but
bar
there was,
muscle-ups?
but there was nobody running
Yeah.
to the bar. It wasn't a run between events sort of a thing.
No, it is. You need to be smart. It's also it's really good to. She looks so good on those squats, by the way.
She's so
That's-
strong.
that's
She's
beautiful.
so powerful. She's one of the most powerful athletes here. It's phenomenal to watch her lift.
Yeah.
And I got to lift next to her this summer when she came up to HWPO. And the sound of her bar, it made me feel so slow. But it's also so good to see the movement of just how fast she gets through the middle. It is amazing. So for her, for example, she is very good at gymnastics. She is very good at back squats and weightlifting
I've
in
been
general.
shaking my bar. Does she have a different bar than I have? She's making different
I'm
sounds.
like, do the weights not affect her?
Yeah, exactly.
They affect me. But I bet she could actually, as you can see, she is leading the workout by at least 5 reps.
Yeah.
I
And that's
bet
a big
she
lead.
can make good transitions and move well and know that she can always hit 5s. And there's going to be a couple of, or more than a couple, there's going to be some girls that actually are that confident in both movements.
Yeah.
I think for the majority, the majority is going to have to focus on, for us, it would probably be a back squat workout. Get there, get through the back squats well, get back to the log. And I think for some of them, and like Christine, she can actually hammer both movements.
I think we've got China Cho down there on the field with a little bit more information on the back squat.
I think this is her final 5.
China should be coming in here.
Hi, guys.
Hey,
It
China.
is looking like the weights are not a problem for the ladies out here. The very interesting strategy is that they are all going for singles on the log bar muscle ups, kind of unlike the gentlemen, but the weight seems to be not a problem for most of the ladies out there. It's looking really good.
Does that shock any of you?
Amazing. No, not at all.
That's what I was going to say.
singles?
I noticed the guys were doing, I assume it's partially a bigger hands thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would think so.
Yeah.
And they tend to have a little bit stronger pull.
I just saw 550. Wow, that is,
that is fast.
absolutely ridiculous.
Guys, are you surprised at who's leading this heat so far?
Not at all.
Not really.
She's phenomenal at both movements.
That's also a beautiful squat. So what you would see if I was on the floor there, you would see on the first round, you'd be like, oh, this is not looking great for Annie right now. But the thing is, I can continue looking like that. Just go.
That's my strategy. And then we
Yeah.
get the signature smile, and everything would be good to go.
Yes, and you'd be like, oh, it's okay.
Let's, we've got some moms up here. So, Tia, 6 months after having a child. I mean, there's again, I know she's made of different stuff than a regular human being. But most, I've obviously never been pregnant, but, my wife just came back from our third child a couple years ago. Most moms are like happy getting back into their jeans at the 6-month mark.
Yeah.
And she's,
Yeah.
thrown down here at the Rogue Invitational. China, I think we'll catch up with you a little bit later, but, what's your take of seeing her not just getting back into fitness, happy to hit some of my old numbers, like I'm throwing down with the best of the best?
I would say, because I've seen there's a lot of internet chatter about she shouldn't be doing that or she should be doing. People love to have opinions about
They
Of
do on
course.
the
that sort
internet?
of thing.
A lot of
People have
opinions.
opinions on the internet
Interesting.
these days. But the biggest thing is like she came into it not a normal human, and so even the day after, she's still fitter than most of the world. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think people compare a normal person's recovery to hers, and it's not. It's apples and oranges, honestly. And she was able to maintain it so much. And I don't know a lot about how her birth went and everything, but it's amazing what she's done, and should be inspiring, but not necessarily what you should model. Like everybody's
Oh.
gotta
This is
you
not the
do their own-
postpartum workout structure.
Exactly. But like to put on her that she's just this normal mom and she should follow the same time. There is no normal mom.
No.
Everybody's story and body is different. So I think it's cool that she's here, and hopefully she's having fun with it. And I think it's great for people to
For
see her.
all of our viewers at home, don't forget there's a chat comment feature, so you can put your questions in there, and in real time,
if they have opinions.
whoever's up here with me,
Share
Just
all
keep
your
it
Yeah.
opinions with us.
we'll
Love
go
to
ahead
see
and
it.
read it, and you'll be good to go.
But yeah, like I was surprised that she was competing so soon after, but she had such a great pregnancy. Similar to me, I had a great pregnancy, but me 6 months after giving birth, I still couldn't run. So
Okay.
there's definitely, like you said, it's just different. It's not like I was out of shape necessarily, but it's more just my body wasn't recovering as quickly. I had a horrible birth and
Yeah, you did. You had
messed
like
up.
a lot.
So for me, I started running like 8 months after giving birth just because of pressure in the pelvic floor. So like I think that's why it's so interesting when people have opinions. It's like, oh, you're doing this way too early. It's like, well, it depends
Compared
on
to what?
Yes.
Exactly. They
Yep.
do talk about 6 weeks and you should be allowed to do everything, but then it's different for every single person. There were other things I could start doing early and things I could start doing late.
I'm curious to see her here on event number 2 because,
I am
right?
so excited.
Because, okay, maybe, things have to get changed, modified a bit during pregnancy, post. Maybe you were able to keep up some conditioning if you couldn't run. You're on the machines, the bike,
Yeah.
the rower, you keep up your gymnastics, but heavy below parallel squatting, intense midline, like this is going to be
Yes.
a unique event. So if she, first of all, she blew me away that she crushed number 1. If she comes back and does well here,
Which I think
Oh,
she
my
will.
goodness,
But
come
yeah,
on.
I
I
am
think so
so
too.
excited to see that because that's something like, well, some of the first things you could start doing was not the like jumping explosive movements, but like just getting your strength back again. But considering what she could do, I think
For me, though, hanging from the bar and kipping, especially like
Yeah.
not so much like a kipping pull-up, but like a toe-to-bar bar muscle-up, there was a lot of like, I could feel that. And so combining that with, like you're saying, like a heavy squat where there's just so much pressure in the body, this is going to be, it would be a tough combo for any new mom.
yes.
So that is interesting to see how that will go for sure.
when you did those, did you ever just try harder?
I had somebody, speaking of people who are crazy when you're pregnant, I had somebody come up to me during the open when I was pregnant with my first, and I was visibly pregnant. We went to a gym to do it, and this person came up and she looked me dead in my eyes. She's like, I'm going to beat you today. I think I was
Wow,
like 7
okay.
months pregnant or something like that. It was nuts.
She
I was
took
like,
her shot.
this is your chance.
We're about to be joined here by Christine Kohlenbrander. She can chat with us about what happened during event number 2 there. Well, the question is, Miranda, did she beat you?
I think so. And she's probably still talks about it too. She might be listening right now.
yes, I
Comment
made the
if that
show.
was you.
All right, we'll wait to see if Christine joins us here in a second.
Can't separate us.
All right, we should have Christine Kohlenbrander joining us right now.
Do you get like a little stressed watching this?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Like you said, like the sweaty
I'm
palms,
like,
and you're like,
oof.
ooh. And I'm already
Christine,
thinking, like,
congratulations.
Thank you.
That was absolutely ridiculously fast. When that one got announced, we were like, oh yeah, this is a slow pitch right over the plate for me.
Yeah, I was really excited about this. Anything that's like heavy paired with gymnastics.
There
for
we
sure.
go.
crushed it.
Thank you.
You absolutely demolished it. And did you, whatever plan you had walking in, was that the plan that you executed, or did it, shift on the go?
Yeah, no, it was pretty similar to my plan. I just was going to do steady singles as fast as I could on the bar muscle ups and just kind of feel it out. And then I didn't know like how fast people would be walking over to the barbell, but I just kind of like grabbed my belt, put it on, walked over, and made myself get right on it, and it was fine. The second set felt a little heavy, but the third set felt good. So I think it was pretty much according to plan.
It was beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah, well, then I'll tell you what, that time is going to be tough to beat in the following heat as well. That's 100% legit. Congratulations. How's your body feeling after doing the Texas Heavy sandbag ruck run last night?
Surprisingly pretty good. I thought it was going to be worse. Like I thought I would feel it more in like my back and my legs. But I really was only sore like through my neck and my traps this morning, I think just from like holding the bag. So not really that bad.
Well done. Yeah, take care of yourself. We look forward to watching you compete through the rest of the competition here.
Thank you.
Congrats, Christine.
Thank you, guys.
Great job. You know, I used to say that I liked when it was heavy paired with gymnastics, and then heavy kept getting heavier.
Yeah, right.
Yep.
Heavy means
back in the
something
day
different.
was
Yeah,
not
when
the
it was
same
like
heavy.
115 and 135 was heavy, I was in it. But
Like, look at this, you guys. So Emma, she excites me so much.
She's got so much, potential.
Yes.
She's amazing.
Oh, I love that Tia's there already. But like Emma, she just is such an exciting athlete because I never really know what to expect. And then she just flies through the muscle ups and she jogs towards the bar, just so confident, and just gets it done. Like, that is so cool.
you know, I will say, like, for all the physical stuff that your
There we go.
body goes through when you're pregnant, there's a mental shift that happens that I think makes you stronger. Like, they talk about dad
Yes.
strength, but like mom strength, it like turns you into that mama bear character. It's a real thing.
It's a real thing.
Yes.
I thought you would become like, I did definitely become more, I'm an emotional person beforehand. I became more emotional after having a kid.
But that's the
But-
whole range of emotions, including
Yes.
the
I'm
like
like,
fierceness.
I thought I would be weaker, like not push as hard mentally
no.
because you like are just so happy and all of that. But like, I definitely got mentally tougher after having a kid.
I was doing this hill sprint workout a while ago, and I pictured one of my children about to be hit by a car at the top of the hill.
Oh, good
God.
Lord.
You can't call
Are
on
you
that before you've had a
insane?
baby.
I love it though.
I
that
bet
you
it
can just
pushed
use
you.
And
it
it
as, like,
kept me sprinting up the hill every single time.
hell yeah.
But like that's like the moms. That's what I'm talking about. Like if you can like, that might be a little dark.
Right, right.
no,
If it works, it
whatever
works.
works for you.
It wasn't even a
Like,
competition. It was just a workout. But
dude.
Yeah.
That's another level. But I do love that.
you can use that, Annie.
yes.
Okay, I think
Oh,
this
wow.
is so exciting. We got Alex Hazan. She is phenomenal at pulling. I feel like she has
Yes.
the best pulling strength out of the women in CrossFit. And it's really
And
showing
that's saying
here.
something.
Yeah.
And she's not afraid to approach the bar either. Like, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it looks so
Wow.
good.
That was super
So
strong.
that's what I didn't know. I knew she could do muscle ups. I
Yes.
didn't know she can squat, and she is
Me
moving that
neither.
barbell phenomenally. And then we got someone like Laura who can also do both.
Yeah.
And Emma was the same. I knew she could do muscle ups. I
Woo.
didn't know how she was going to be moving the bar, but
No, exactly. That's
Yeah.
why it's like, those are exciting. Also because you never really see. So in CrossFit, I feel like we never see a workout with just heavy back squats.
Yes.
It's usually cleans or whatever.
It's actually exactly what I just had Josh Bridges on, and him and Spiel, program these events, some help from the Rogue team. That's exactly what they said, that they wanted to see a heavy back squat in a workout like this, in an event.
I don't think anybody but Rogue has done that. It was
Yeah.
last year in a workout and this year in a workout.
They were
I
even
don't-
heavier last year,
Yeah.
weren't they?
They wanted to make them a bit
275
heavier
women.
this year.
What?
And then through testing, they
Oh.
dosed it down a little
Yeah.
bit.
It was heavy
that
last
would not
year.
have been
Well,
smart.
Josh was probably angry when he was writing the workout.
Depending on mood.
Yeah. Emma Lawson, she's one of those she's one of those athletes that if she's not in the conversation of the top 3, she could take it all. I mean, she's phenomenal.
Yeah.
I feel like she's so young and so composed. She competes so well, and I
She
think it's so
does.
exciting to see what she can do. And I also love her
Look
confidence.
at her running to the bar.
Yeah.
She's
Yep.
18.
Like, she doesn't think that, you know, Laura's ahead or Tia should be ahead. She just goes for it. I
Yes.
feel like she very
She's
much.
not afraid of that.
Yes.
That's what scares me. With some of the athletes, it's like, oh, they're supposed to be better than me. If I'm faster, that means I
Nice.
might be doing something wrong. And I'm like, no, no, no,
She
no, no,
smashed
no.
that time.
I
That
used to do
never
that a lot.
happen.
Like, I would psych myself out if somebody that I thought was going to beat me was
Yeah,
behind
you
me.
knew you couldn't beat me.
It is.
If I'm ahead of Annie, it's, we got
No,
problems.
it
There's a
is
pacing issue.
boundary. There is a boundary to break, though. Like, when you have
Yes.
somebody that you have
Yes.
idolized and looked up to and has historically been beating you, there's a boundary to break to
Absolutely.
get through that and actually trust that, like, no, this is my ability and my capability. Nice.
Oh, another smoking fast time.
Okay, I
Laura ended
think-
up taking
Wow.
second there.
Yeah, I think
That was-
Christine came in third. I think she was just right
Oh,
there in between
yeah.
us.
She
Yeah,
came in
She was
between.
550.
Yeah.
Those are smoking times.
Yeah, so fast.
Look at that, and Tia's finishing.
Of course.
One more. Done.
Beautiful.
Is
Those are
it
definitely like heavier back squats than normally for her, like pre, but still, like that's ridiculously good.
is it too early to call it? I mean, is anyone going to stand in her way, in Tia's way?
Now you're doing it. You're doing it.
I'm doing it.
Anyone is beatable. you
Yeah,
have to remember
for sure.
that.
For sure, yeah.
Tia is scary good. Like she is scary good. But of course, it's gonna be hard. It might come down on programming. It might come down on other athletes. Because in the events where she might have a small weakness, you need other athletes to get in between.
Yeah, in between.
So it's like she's gonna be tough to beat, always. But of course, it can always happen. And I think every single athlete needs to go in with the mindset that they can win.
Absolutely. And I do think that, like, if she doesn't win, whoever does win here has broken that streak and has shown that she is then beatable. And I think that will make her
6
a
months
very...
postpartum.
Right.
I
but
know,
yes.
I know.
Like the lady
still,
in the
it's
open that was trying to
always-
beat me while I was pregnant.
I know, but there's always that boundary
Yes.
to break, and it will give somebody that confidence
Yeah.
to know that they can go up against her.
But I
They
think
can also get better. I know she's very close after
that's
pregnancy.
the part that you all know that recreational CrossFitters don't. Is we just go work out, we go home, but the mental game of dealing with pressure, dealing with stress, that nobody's, untouchable or whatnot. That's the game that all of you have such experience with it that we don't. Oh. Annie and Katrin, I just got word. You two need to go. You're competing
Oh
with the
my
legends. Yep. You need to go and
Okay, so
go
we are-
compete, I
we
guess.
are
Don't they
going-
need to like clear the floor and put the things down?
We also need to get to the floor.
I don't know. Yeah, I just heard
We're
you're
get
going to have
go
a quick
play.
turnaround, somebody just said in my ear.
They're like, can
We'll
you
have a
send them
quick
out? Actually,
turnaround.
we need them.
We already talked about it. We'll use the jog there
They don't
as
need
a
to warm up.
warm-up.
It's fine.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It'll be good.
It's not
okay.
the best strategy, though. Like, we should
Yeah,
warm
Daniel
up.
is
Okay.
telling us we're supposed to go.
Thank you so
Well,
much.
thank
guys
you
so
guys.
much.
We'll see you later.
Well, have fun.
We'll come again tomorrow.
Yes, please, please.
Have fun.
Thank you.
I wish we could see you down there competing, but if it's when the individuals. But glad you're making good choices, and we'll see you back.
At least get to take the
yes,
floor.
for sure.
Talk
Thank
about
you,
how
guys.
great we're moving.
Yes, I will. All right, Katrin, Annie, thank you. Have fun.
Am I supposed to scoot closer? What do we do here? Hi, you guys. Have fun.
All right, let's see. I think might actually have Katie Henniger joining us from the
Oh,
dugout here in a
yes.
second. How is this back squat for you? 260 pounds.
I have not. How is it for you?
Well, as soon as I unracked it, I'd be great on the down. And it
Yeah, I
would-
could
it would-
definitely get to depth with it.
I would get half a rep. I would never come back up.
I don't remember the last time I had that much weight on my back, if
Nope.
you want me to be honest.
Nope, it would not happen.
I've
for
been
me at
pregnant
all.
for roughly 7 years.
Nope, it would be an absolute non-issue here.
Yes. I mean, but even back, because it's been 8 years since I competed, this would have been extremely heavy for like that crew back then.
Yeah.
This is a different level.
Well, like you said, heavy meant something different 10 years ago, 5 years ago, today. I mean, I can't even imagine what heavy's going to mean 5 years from now. Like, it's absolutely ridiculous. Alex Kazan, the Event 2 winner.
This would have been great for me if it was like 175 pounds, not 260.
Agreed, 100%. I think we're going to have Katie Henniger joining us right now on the show.
Can you guys hear me?
Oh.
Oh, Katie,
hello.
I've got you. This
Hi.
is Katie Henniger from Rogue Fitness. Katie, what's going on down there?
Are you guys behaving?
Of
Not
course,
really.
100%.
I don't believe it for a second.
It's a professional program.
Man, they crush these times. What an effort.
Ridiculous. Hey, you're out in the real world. When you look up into the sky, rain clouds, sun, what are you seeing?
I'm not going to speak about the weather because I don't want to jinx us, but right now there's some sunshine, yes.
All right, we'll take it.
You know what? Katie and I worked out together recently. And speaking of egos and trying to beat somebody or whatever, we loaded the sled ridiculously heavy.
That's
but
not a good
neither of us
idea.
would admit it.
And it was raining.
It was raining. And the whole time I was thinking, like, if you don't get that sled back to Katie, she's going to think that you're weak.
And I was thinking the same thing.
And neither of us said anything till the end.
That's the wonder of ego every now and then, to kind of spice up the training session a little bit. Yeah, those times were absolutely ridiculous, and both the men and women so strong with the back squats. Miranda and I were just saying how heavy means something different every 5 years that goes by, and this would be like science fiction 10 years ago. It'd be like a good 1 rep, and now it's in a workout, in an event.
I remember, I think it was in 2011, there were 225-pound clean and jerks for the guys, and they were worried that some of them weren't going to be able to do a single rep.
Right.
Yeah, and I think that's what, with Josh and Spiel, that's what we were worried about. Last year, we did a heavier weight on both the men and the women, and we had some athletes that didn't finish. So the whole goal of this was to make sure that they finished, but also make it a good test. I think all of us would have liked to see them go maybe a little heavier, but watching this right here and through our testing with Carolyn Prevost, it definitely tested out where it should be.
It's like a confidence level.
Yes.
Yeah, and Prevost is the unsung hero, isn't she?
She was amazing, and she crushed some of these times too. So I think we've learned a lot along the way. We've had some bumps and bruises with some of the programming, and hopefully we got it right this year or closer to right. But this event was amazing.
Programming's really easy though.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Oh, yeah. You snap your fingers and they
Just push the programming button.
Fall from the sky. Yeah, but that's what I think people don't understand, is how much work and time and practice and, massaging the loading and the rep range and making it work on the field of play. I mean, there's a bunch that goes on to this event, and it plays out so nice for everybody at home and in the stadium.
We've had so many contingencies throughout this week, and I think we have many more to go. But yeah, everything that goes into this, and it's not cliche. We could not do that without all the volunteers, right, and all the staff that we have here. And hopefully, the athletes and the spectators, give them a hand here throughout the weekend, because they're moving a lot of weight. They're dealing with the weather just like we are, and hopefully we get through this weekend and we can all look back on it and say that it was fun. But I don't know if we would say it's fun while it's going on.
Yeah.
Of course.
100%. And Katie, are you coming back on later in the day, do you know, or are you going to be otherwise occupied?
I will see you guys later today, I believe.
Okay, fantastic. Well, we appreciate it. We will see you then, and we're going to do a wrap up here shortly. So
Great,
appreciate
thanks,
you joining
guys.
us.
Hi, Katie.
See you guys.
All right, so that is the end of event number 2, seated at the bar for both the men and the women. We just watched the women, obviously, some ridiculous times happening. Couple, washed up has-beens here, watching the program here. What are your closing thoughts watching what just took place down there with the muscle-ups and the back squats?
My brain always goes to the people that are just amped watching this at home and they want to go out and try it. So go out and do it. Choose a weight that you think you can do all 5, but you're not quite certain.
I thought you were going to say just go out and try it.
Choose a weight that you think you can do all 5, but you're not 100% positive. Lower the reps or turn it into a burpee pull-up if you need to, but go get it done and challenge yourself and see how it feels with that combination of movements.
Choose the right playlist, hit some of the smelling salts, fire yourself up, and and make something cool happen there in the old garage gym. So that's going to do it for us momentarily here for the Rogue Tailgate Show. We'll be back with more action, both CrossFit and Strongman, over the course of the day. For Miranda Alcaraz, I'm Pat Sherwood, and we'll see you soon.